me take you there. I'm in it till you.
Ariana Grande, bang, bang. Hey, I just heard a bang, bang on the door, and a special guy stepped into the studio. And I've been telling you about this all morning long, and it's true. He's here. He made it. My God. He's the FedEx driver during the day, and you've already done all your deliveries. You're like Superman, aren't you? John White, ladies and gentlemen. John White.
Well, I do try.
You're doing an all right job, my friend. You're already done all your deliveries, and you're in here interviewing, and it's what, not even 10 o'clock in the morning.
Hey, we get at it pretty early at FedEx.
That's a big plus for you. All right, now you're putting on your other hat.
Yes.
The Brewfest hat, which is a much more fun hat than the FedEx hat, right?
No, they're both pretty fun, but...
Yeah, I know. You love both of them, which is good.
But yes, Blackfly Brewfest. I appreciate the chance to come talk every time I get a chance.
All right.
I'll talk.
You look at the weather out there today, and it's going to get up, what, 65 by Sunday. We may even have a black fly.
We'll have them out, so hopefully that'll get people saying, oh, black flies.
Yeah,
Blackfly Brewfest will be much more fun than the black flies out by the lake. But.
Yeah, there'll be no black flies in the Brewfest except for the ones on the glass, right?
That's right.
Which is doing tremendously well. How many, you got so many brewers now, it's unbelievable. How many brewers do you guys have now signed up for the Brewfest on May 14th?
I know we've hit at least 30.
Over 30.
Which was our goal, so
okay.
I'm pretty happy about that.
That is a huge number.
It's great.
I mean, it's a lot. That's a lot of folks that are coming. That each one of them is going to bring what, 3 different types of beers with them, 3 different types of their good stuff.
2 or 3.
2 and 3, some of them.
Yeah.
So 80,
some maybe even more. I don't know, but
80 different.
There's going to be
a
lot of different styles and a lot of great different beers to taste.
So folks are really going to want to focus in on the ones that they really like, and maybe try some
ones you like,
ones
or maybe some people haven't even tried any craft beer. So what if you have never tried it? What better chance to try a whole bunch than right here in Houlton?
Every different. There's porters, and there's stouts, and there's IPAs, and there's ales, and regular ales, and
sours, and brown ales, and
everything that you can imagine.
They'll all be there.
Right. Okay, and all of them each one of them is a different experience. You and I have tried a lot of different ones together.
Oh, definitely.
I hesitate to say.
We have our own tastings once in a while.
Yeah, but ours we get right out of a bottle, you know. We go down to the Thirsty Dog, and it's great. It's wonderful. I mean, I'm so glad that we have that access here at the Thirsty Dog. Here at the Brewfest, you're going to get stuff. Okay, I'm not going to say everything is going to be, but most of it's going to be unfiltered in a keg, just like you would get some other beers in a keg. It's a different taste than what you get in the bottle, right?
It definitely is. It's nice and fresh, and draft beer taste, I don't know, better than a bottle.
Yeah.
You get the taste out of the bottle, but a draft beer, there's something about it.
Right. I agree with you 100%. Now, you sold a bunch of tickets. I know you have. What's the deal with the tickets? What is the deal with the ticket sales from now until the show? What can people expect? Are we going to run out of tickets?
There is a chance. There's always that chance that we're going to sell out. We're hoping to. We're hoping to pack the Millar Civic Center just right to the brim.
Okay, I know.
I mean, if you wait till the last minute, you may get shut out. Right. A lot of people are talking about it, excited. All the way up Presque Isle, people are talking about it. People, Bangor are talking about it now.
Yeah.
The time to talk is all good, but let's get the sales going, because at the door it's $10 more.
Yeah, and that's if there are any tickets left.
If there's any left, that's right.
And we haven't seen a Brewfest yet that has not sold out.
No, and a lot of them, even right up to the last week, sales are slow. They seem to sell out within days of the event. So really, if you're thinking about it, jump onto blackflybrewfest.com, or stop down to the Thirsty Dog that we're talking about. Stop down at Chamber of Commerce. They're available at all 3 locations. So easiest way, just jump online and grab your tickets. I know that really is the easiest way. Easiest, quickest, most efficient, and you've got everything that you need, or you'll get everything that you need. So when you get there, if it's a VIP ticket, you get a glass, you get a T-shirt, you get a whole bunch of nice little items, and you get to get in, what, an hour and a half early? Yes, right. You get a full 5 hours of tasting. So with over 30 brewers, it's going to take a while to get around and talk to them all and taste their great beers. Right. I agree 100%. 100%. So we got some new ones that have just been coming in, which is great. Okay. So one I'm really excited about, Austin Street Brewery. I heard that. Yeah. Now I talked to them when we first started organizing this event, and they're down in Portland at One Industrial, which is like the breeding ground of some great Portland, Maine beer. And at the time, they were selling out right at their brewery all the time. They weren't keeping up with demand because they make some really good beers. They've just increased their brewing capacity tenfold, so they've gone up to a 10-barrel system. Wow! So they have plenty of beer now. last weekend we're in Bangor at Blaze, having the Bangor beer release, first time in the Bangor market.
Wow.
And in the same time, they decided, well, we are going to make it to Houlton because we have the capacity to have more beer now. So
that is awesome.
And their brother-in-laws, Jake Austin and Will Fisher, great guys, right down to earth. They were home brewers. They'd have a passion for brewing, which obviously most of them do. That's why they get into it.
Right.
And they make a great pale ale, the Patina Pale Ale. You definitely want to seek that one out when you go. In my opinion, one of the best pale ales around.
I'm going to write that down right now. Patina Pale Ale. Got it.
Only place you've been able to get it before this past weekend was down in Portland, but now they got it in Bangor, and they're going to have it right here in Houlton. So.
And yeah, it's still going to be tough to get here in Houlton. Well, maybe not, because like you said, they went tenfold bigger, so it might be easier for us to get.
They may start. I don't know what their plans are for distribution, but if they do distribute it, you know Kent will get it because he always does.
He gets some really good stuff.
He's getting more and more of the Maine stuff in, too.
Yeah, the Maine beers are the best.
Yeah, so another one pretty excited about is Allagash, who said quite a while ago they're coming, but they just informed us they're bringing their brand new 16 Counties beer.
I heard about that. Now tell us more about that.
Okay, last year they had a small batch of 16 Counties, but they've reformulated, and this is a whole new beer, and it's going to be distributed throughout the state, and it's just coming out. We'll be one of the first places where it's ever been available, which is pretty cool. But it's made from all local grains and barley and oats, including up in Mapleton, the Maine Malt House.
Yep.
And I didn't know this until yesterday. Part of the ingredients are from Aurora Mills.
Right, which is right out here in Hodgson.
Right, yeah. So how cool is that?
That is really cool. So, and they have their products down at the county co-op, too.
Okay, I did not know that. That's cool.
Yeah, so this is really a big local effort.
Right.
All 16 counties are represented somewhere in the ingredients.
It's pretty amazing. And Allagash is really proud of this beer. They're really excited. They've been putting videos out and posting about it on Facebook and tweeting about it. And so I'm excited to try the new version, because last year's was really good.
And that was also 16 counties?
Yeah, and that also had the Maine Malt House malt. And
that is incredible. And that's part of the reason that we're all getting together for this Brewfest, is to introduce a lot of these folks together.
Right.
The farmers who can grow the grains and the barleys and the hops, and the brewers who make, well, the nectar of the gods.
Yeah, more and more of the brewers are starting to try to get as much local stuff as they can, locally sourced grains and even hops.
Right.
And because, well, especially the hops, they're hard to get, some of them.
Right.
If you can get the local ones, you definitely know you got a line coming in, a supply.
Fresh.
And more and more people, more farmers are starting to get into this.
Right.
And why wouldn't they? Because the Maine beer scene has just exploded.
Right.
71 brewers now in Maine.
71.
And almost all the big ones are represented at Blackfly Brewfest.
That's what we want right there.
Yes, it is.
The big ones, the small ones, the medium ones, just so much tastiness out there. If you haven't had beer in a long time, or if you've only been exposed to, well, the mainstream stuff, this will be something completely different. And I can tell you from experience that it will take you on a ride that is really fun and lasts forever, because you can never try them all.
Oh, you never could. Never.
Never, ever.
There's always more coming out. There's new styles coming out. I mean, and then old styles, ancient styles of beer that are being brought back by all these amazing brewers.
Right.
So you try a beer that, like, what is this? It's a Gosa.
Yeah.
Something that was almost extinct. Nobody was making it. That's been brought back, including by a few Maine brewers.
Right.
One of them is Rising Tide, who will be at the Blackfly Brewfest.
Like you say, they're all going to be there.
Yeah. Barreled Souls makes a Gosa too. Space Goes.
Yeah.
And they're going to be there. I don't know if that's one of the beers, but...
Well, we never know what they're all going to bring, but it's all going to be tasty deliciousness.
It sure will be. And we also have Sam Adams jumping in, the second biggest craft brewer in the nation.
Right.
And so they're not Maine, but a lot of people know Sam Adams, and they're going to bring some new stuff. So
it's New England still.
Yes, it is.
Boston is not that far away from here.
Not too far, not much farther than Portland, where a lot of this good stuff's coming from.
If we're cheering for the Red Sox, we can bring a Boston brewer in.
Yeah, and the Boston beer is even better than the Boston Red Sox. So
yeah, this year so far we're the 500 record. But anyway, we won't talk about the Red Sox. That's for a whole entirely different conversation at a different time. But the Blackfly Brewfest, May 14th, right?
Yeah, and something that I think is pretty cool. Not only are we bringing all this great beer to the people here in Houlton, and you get a chance to taste of all kinds of different beer, we're also bringing, people, I've seen ticket sales now from Caribou, from Heartland, New Brunswick, Fredericton, New Brunswick, Quebec, a bunch from the Portland area coming up. So we're bringing a lot of people into town. I think this is just going to be a great event for the whole community.
I think so too. I know that the hotel, the Shiretown Motor Inn, is already seeing reservations for that time, and some of the rooms in all of the hotels actually are getting filled up because people are coming up to the Blackfly Brewfest for those dates.
Yep. I'm sure they're all going to be probably sold out that weekend. So.
I would imagine that they will be, because it's just going to be too many people from outside. You have a capacity of like, what, 1,500?
1,500, I think, would be the max that we could get.
That's a lot.
For this year. That is a lot. I don't know if we'll quite hit that number, but...
Well, I don't know.
We very well could. I hope we do. I hope this is just a great success. I really thank the Chamber of Commerce for taking this event on, and they're really doing a great job. Getting these brewers up here. I mean, I've been talking to a lot of them, but without the Chamber's help and the Chamber putting on some other events for the brewers and to tie in the farmers and the brewers, I think that's really helped tie this all together.
And not to mention the credibility of the Chamber of Commerce, lending its credibility to you and me, who are just average, ordinary, everyday beer drinkers, and giving us the justification for doing this.
So I'm really, really happy. Jane Torres jumped right on board with this, and she's been all about it. And now she's starting to tear her hair out because there's so many things involved in getting this organized, but we really do appreciate her help.
It's the first time for the event, so of course there are going to be a lot of things that you have to figure out right up to the day that that it goes off and gets going.
And it's 4 weeks from tomorrow, so
and the time is getting close. So get your tickets now. I'm telling you, you're going to be upset.
Time's flying. I can't believe it.
You're going to be upset if you don't get your tickets like right away, because I've seen it happen. Happened to me last year. I wanted to go to a brew fest.
Oh yeah, the Mars Hill, and that sold out.
I waited till the last minute, and of course, no ticket for me.
No, you didn't get to go. It was good too.
I know. I heard all about it.
Not going to be as good as this one, but
no. But that's
we have the most Maine brewers north of any brewfest in the state other than Portland. So
is that? Yeah, that's right.
All the way up here to Houlton, and a lot of the brewers, I've talked to them, and they're pretty excited to come. A lot of them have never been up here.
Yeah, right.
So they're excited to come up to this great area we have in southern Aroostook, Maine, and some of them are even making a whole weekend out of it and going to Baxter Park and everything for the first time.
Wow, tell them to bring the fishing poles. The trout fishing is going to be pretty good about then.
Should be.
Blackflies will definitely be out by then.
We can have trout and beer and
what? Yeah, at
maybe
the lake campfire. Yes,
but that's a whole different thing.
I think we'll make all of those things happen one way or another. But the main thing is to be at the Brewfest, which is going to be an absolute, incredible, wonderful time for anyone who's into the craft beer scene already. You are going to be amazed at the incredibleness of it. And if you're not in the craft brew scene already, make it an effort to be there and try it and see if you won't like it. Because I haven't seen anyone who hasn't started into that and said, wow, this is incredible.
Yeah.
I didn't even know this stuff existed. What a great taste.
For me, it was about 2 years ago. I started trying some of the, not really, I wouldn't even say craft beer because it was some of the bigger macro beers, but with the different flavors. And then I started trying the Maine beer, and I said, wow. Not only is it fresh because it's right here in Maine, just these guys are wicked talented. The science of it is crazy, and there's some really talented people here in the state that are doing this now. Another new one I got to try this weekend. I was down in Portland, and let's see, which one was it? Four River in South Portland.
Yes.
And this is another one where I believe it was two brother-in-laws or something like that started this. Well, they had this nitro milk stout. And I've had a few nitro beers before, and there may even be some nitro beer at the Brewfest, but this one was just the most well put together nitro beer I've ever come across, and it was delicious, and it was creamy like a milkshake. It was just incredible. There's so many incredible beers out there, and so many of them that will be at the Millar Civic Center on May 14th.
Right. Now, a lot of people haven't heard of dessert beer. It doesn't even sound right, does it?
It
dessert beer.
I'm telling you, this craft beer is like wine. There's fine wines. Well, there's some like basically the same thing about only it's beer.
Right.
And there's dessert ones that you wouldn't even believe is a beer.
Chocolate flavored beer.
Yeah. And there's like coffee stouts that taste just like a coffee. I mean, the things they can do with the beer is incredible these days.
Right. And you're going to be represented. You talk about wine. You're going to be represented, or they're going to be represented there at the Brewfest as well. A couple of wineries, at least at this point, there's two, right?
Yeah, two, including the one right from East Hodgson.
Right.
Hidden Spring Winery by the Sloats.
Which is, again, all local stuff. Local blackberries that they use and raspberries and et cetera, et cetera. All the stuff that they make their wines from are sourced locally. In fact, some of them, they go right out in the backyard and pick them themselves and bring them in and then make wine out of it. And they're fully licensed, federally licensed, state licensed, the whole 9 yards. And they're going to have all kinds of samples there of what they put out for products. And I've been out there to the winery. Yummy. You've been there too.
I was there as well.
Yes, I remember that. I think we went together.
And I'm not a big wine person by any means, but they have some tasty product out there.
Very tasty. So there's something for everyone at the Brewfest. There's going to be something for everyone, including food.
Yes, there will be food, including the one you've been talking about this morning.
Yeah.
The bus. The bus will be at Blackfly Brewfest.
Isn't that going to be fantastic?
Along with Blazing Nation wood-fired food trailer.
Yep, that's another great one.
From Blaze down in Bangor.
I'm going to have lunch there, and then I'm going to have supper there, and I'm just going to make a complete day of tasting. Oh, yeah. Tasting everything.
It's a festival.
It's a festival of the mouth.
Yes, it is. Tasting all kinds of different stuff, food and beer.
Yep, exactly. And that food helps you get along through the rest of the day too. You know, if you eat some food while you're going along, it's going to be a lot nicer experience for you.
Yes, it will.
And there's so many things to try. I don't think I'll get through all 80, and there may be even more than 80 by the time we actually get to the Brewfest.
Yeah, I don't think anyone will be able to get all of them, but you definitely will be able to try any different style you could think of. They'll all be represented there.
Yeah.
So many different flavors, so many different, they're an experience.
Right.
Each beer is an experience. That's what I love about it.
Right.
I mean, there's some you try. Me and you have both been there. Wow. This is out of this bottle. Are you kidding me? This is a beer?
Can we get 4 more of these? Oh, no. We have to go to Portland to get them? No. They're going to be right here in Aroostook County, Maine.
It's a great opportunity for anyone. Like I said, if you've never tried it, trust me, buy a ticket and come try it out, because you will not. Your mind will be blown. You won't believe it.
Yeah, it is that good. You know?
It is.
We don't want to oversell it, but in all reality, it is actually that good. And
some of the most world-class beer is brewed right here in the state of Maine. If you haven't experienced it, you need to try it out.
And there's European-style beers. There's local-style beers. There's every style that you can imagine. Belgian ales, etc., etc., etc. All the old recipes from the old world are being renewed and becoming popular again. It's just going to be a fantastic, wonderful, incredible experience. You should be there to enjoy it with us, because I'm going to be there.
Down in Brewer, there's a small brewery. It's a Blank Canvas. Mm-hmm. Stephen Genther, I believe his name is. He doesn't do like the IPAs, the big trendy beers that I do love, but a lot of people do. But he does all kinds of different crazy things. He even did a roasted garlic alt beer.
Really?
And I'm like, I saw it on his list of beers that were available when I went down to visit him, and I said, I got to try it, but I can't imagine a garlic beer. And I'm telling you, it was delicious.
Yeah.
It would have been something that would pair well with some kind of supper,
right?
Which a lot of these do. They pair well with cheeses and dinners, just like a wine. You pair them,
right?
And I don't get into that a whole lot, but that one definitely would be perfect with some nice supper,
right?
And it really worked. I couldn't believe garlic worked in a beer.
I wouldn't have thought it, but there's been a lot of things that have absolutely shocked me and surprised me when I tasted them and just said, "Wow."
There was another brewery, I can't remember now off the top of my head which one it was, but they make a Stay Puft. Mm-hmm. It's like it was like a s'mores.
Oh, really?
And I think you've had a different one that was a s'mores beer.
Yeah.
But how crazy. This is like s'mores in a bottle. Like,
yeah, it is. And it is. It really, really is. And tasty. Goes down easy.
It does. And some of these, Mason's Brewery, they're not even open yet. They're coming up. They're opening right about the same time, too.
And they're opening up a pretty big operation, I understand, right?
Big one. It's right across from the Waterfront Concerts.
No kidding.
And they're opening, like I said, right about the same time as the Brewfest. We're their first Brewfest. We're the first Brewfest for like 5 of the brewers. So that's pretty cool in of itself. But.
And they're critically acclaimed already from their smaller size that they were, and now they're opening up the huge thing.
It's very, very large. Probably one of the largest breweries I've seen.
Right.
Especially for new.
Right.
They're not quite Allagash size, but nobody is.
Well, they've been at it for how many years? They've been at it for 40 years.
Allagash, a long time, since 95.
Right. That's a long time.
That is definitely a long time.
So, yeah. And what else can we talk about here today? There's just so much going on for the activities there. It's going to be incredible.
Yeah, like I said, the food's going to be good. There's also, the one from downtown, Courtyard Cafe.
Courtyard Cafe is
They're
going to be
represented
there, too.
there. Yeah, Jane's going to have some kind of chili and something else. I can't remember what she said, but so that's going to be some good food. And somebody, and the name escapes me at the second, but they're doing lobster rolls.
Oh, that's right too. I did hear there was going to be a lobster roll there.
Wood-fired pizza. There's going to be the bus. There's going to be lobster rolls and whatever great stuff the courtyard's bringing.
Oh my!
So there's going to be a whole outside food court to go with this event. And then say you're not into beer, but your husband is, your boyfriend. You can show up and at the door get a designated driver ticket. So for $10 you can come in with him, not drink the beer, but you can be there and you get unlimited soda and water, so you won't be thirsty while everyone else is.
That's a great idea.
And that way you don't have to worry about a drive home. So that's a good thing.
Isn't that wonderful? Well, that is a great idea because you never know. Some of that stuff is pretty powerful stuff.
Some of it is.
Yep. And you got 80 to choose from, so it's going to be tough to choose just a few. But they're 4-ounce glasses. You get your free glass that comes with it. A T-shirt. Do you get a hat too?
No hat.
No hat. Okay. Well, you get a glass and a T-shirt.
Let's not get too greedy. No. The T-shirt should be really awesome. I think they're going to have all the brewers on the back of the shirt and the big Blackfly Brewfest logo on the front.
Oh, no kidding.
So that'd be cool.
So it'll be the first annual, and you can say you survived it in the whole 9 yards.
That's right. I survived the Blackflies.
Is it gonna be a black T-shirt?
It is. How did you know?
With a white Blackfly.
Yep.
That works for me, man. That works for me. It's going to be a fantastic time. You don't want to miss it, folks. Get your tickets again. Where, John?
Blackflybrewfest.com, or locally you can get them at Thirsty Dog. Go down and talk to Kent, or go over to the chamber, and Jane's got a pile of them over there to sell as well. So
okay, and Jane loves to sell those tickets. She's very happy and very smiley when you come by Brewfest tickets. You can get them today. Do it soon, because the time is going to come close, and all of a sudden they'll be gone, and you'll be going, why didn't I? They told me 5,000 times to get the tickets, and why didn't I? Don't be a me. That's what I did last year and missed the whole thing. But I'm not going to miss it this year.
No, don't get shut out.
No, I'm already in. I learned my lesson last time around, and I'm not going to let that happen again. John, thank you so much for being here today. Brewfest, May 14th. You be there. I'm going to be there. John's going to be there. There'll be so many people. All the cool people. The cool kids are going to be there.
The cool kids are doing it. So.
And even some uncool ones, too. But that's all right. We'll let them in because it's going to be a good time. We'll all be good friends by the time it's all over. And we're looking forward to seeing you there. News and weather coming your way. Stick around. More great music in just a couple of minutes.
Decades of sports, news, and music. Northern Maine and Western New Brunswick's best mix. WHOU, Houlton, 100.1 FM.
Political